Hey, if you don't know, I'm Tamika, it's true. And this is my channel, just for me and for you. It's TB's life, where real stories ignite.
All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Woo! Oh my goodness. Y'all, can y'all believe that it is the last weekend of September? It is the last weekend of September. Like, I can't even deal. I'm trying to wrap my mind around the fact that it's the last weekend of September and October is right around the corner. Like we are officially in fall, guys. We are officially in fall. So how's everybody's weekend?
Mine's is good. Weekends are always good, even if I don't do anything.
Yeah. Listen, right? Rest is fine, you know, because we need it, especially in our profession, you know. I felt real like reprieved and I felt more relaxed because I didn't have a lot over my head this weekend because we had that extra time to get some stuff done. So I was feeling good about that. Yeah. But
Bye.
yeah, I hear the grand.
Yeah, child. She want to have a full conversation right now. She just talking. So, but yeah, my weekend was good. Just busy, crazy busy, running around. You know, we only get 2 days to get everything in, and we try to get it all in and do what we got to do, and it just mayhem. But you know, thankful and grateful to see a new day.
Yeah. Y'all got a lot of rain too where you were, right?
Yeah, yesterday it poured down all day long. So I didn't get out to do what I needed to do yesterday. But I did go visit my great niece. She was just born a week ago. Oh my God, baby fever. Do you hear me? I am too old to have baby fever. But I'm sitting there like,
child, I mean, isn't that always when a new baby comes? Is like, oh man, like, oh man, they so cute. Oh man,
oh my God. And she's a good baby. Let me see if I can get a little more light in here. I didn't know if it would be too light. No, that made it worse. I'm going to shut it.
Really?
I'm going to turn on another light. Hold on. I'm going to turn on another light.
Okay. Yeah. It's something about when new babies come. It's like, oh, they're so cute and adorable. And it's like, oh man, it's like I get that little bit of baby fever, and then I'm like, no, snap out of it, and enjoy the grand, enjoy the grand, love up on them.
Hi.
Is that better? Can y'all see me?
Yes, I can see.
Is it good? Or
yes?
Okay, because I can move. I can move to another spot. I'm just in the kitchen right now.
So. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I can see you. What about everybody else? Can y'all see Sylvia really good?
I can.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, sister, we were just doing some small talk, talking about our weekend as we always do before we dive into our topic for today. Yes. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I went to the movies. I haven't been to the movies in a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, but I went and saw, I forget the name of the movie. I think it's called like One Battle After Another.
One Battle After Another. Okay.
Yeah, the one with Tiana Taylor.
Oh, yeah, I heard them advertising that. And I was like, here she goes. She doing her thing with these movies.
Yeah, I really love her. You know, I just kind of got hit to her like for real like this year, you know what I mean, as far as like her music and stuff, but like I love some of her music, and so so I was really curious to, you know, see how she is like as an actor, and she's doing well.
Yeah, she did well in Straws. I love her.
She did. Woo, child, that movie had me going. Oh my God.
So many emotions. You went from angry to being upset, to crying, to we got to go kill somebody to help this woman, to being
Mm-hmm.
devastated, you know?
Yes, yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. I had to literally watch it twice to see what I missed the first time. I
Oh
was like, oh
wow.
man, oh, I gotta watch it again. Then I was like, oh, okay, okay, okay. It was definitely one
I
of thought
couldn't look at
provoking
it
movies.
twice.
Mm.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
just
It was.
it broke me. I couldn't look at it twice.
look at it
Oh
twice,
wow.
man. I
Yeah.
had to. Although I cried on the first time I watched it, I was like bawling my eyes out, and then I was like, I gotta watch it again because I need to see what I missed. It was one of those
Mm-hmm.
movies that if you missed the moments, then it was like you kind of like lost it. Oh my god, like how did I not see that? So I
Mm-hmm.
did watch. I think the second time though, it was much easier on me because I already knew what to expect. So it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like that shock factor that I was like, oh man, like the waterworks started because it was like, okay, I already know what's about to happen. So it's not going to
Mm-hmm.
tug at me as hard as it did for the first time. Yeah. Whew. Hey, Mom. Thanks you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Hey, Angel. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you for being here. Yeah. But I am so thankful that you let us join me today for Sister Talk Sunday. I am excited to dive into this topic. I think this is one that really need to be discussed because so often, you know, we are saying that we're okay and we're not okay. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm fine is something that we get accustomed to saying even when we're not fine.
Right.
So in light of it being like suicide prevention month, it's a lot going on for the month of September. And we only had a couple more days of September. So I thought that this topic would be fitting in light of like suicide prevention and stuff because you never know what people are going through. Like people are going through different situations. It's like Cancer Awareness Month for blood cancers, like in particularly. And we did a segment on Thursday, my husband and I, for Tea Time with TV, and he came on and he talked a little bit about his diagnosis and what it was like for us when we first got the news and like how we're coping with it now. Um, so like saying I'm fine is like a general statement, but we're going to dive into that because I know personally that I'm one that always says I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, and I had to like steer away from that and saying stop saying you're fine when you know you're not fine,
Right.
and like Charlie, like I guess we're like so in sync that he's gotten accustomed to knowing to read my signs, read my signals. Even if I'm saying okay, I'm fine. He look at me and say, "You're not okay." I can tell. I know something's going on with you. So
Good.
that's when you know when somebody's really close to you, that they get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying you're fine is like no red flag, red flag. Something is definitely going on. Something is going on.
Right.
So it's like, so why do you think like I'm fine has become like such a default response? So why do you think that?
Um, sometimes like I remember hearing old people saying, like, like you say, like, how you doing or something, maybe like, oh, like this is going on, but nobody cares about that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, so like say, it's just defaulting to the I'm fine because you don't want to, what I mean? For one, you don't want to share, what I mean, so much. You don't want to overshare, what I mean? It's like, you save that for the people who care. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like pretty much a default response, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, when the last time you said I'm fine and really didn't mean it. It's like when I think of that question, I'm like, oh my God, like it's too many to count. Too many
Mhm.
times to count that I was said I'm fine and really didn't mean it. And I always take, I think Tana can attest to this, we've had moments at work when I get like frustrated or things are happening and I feel like that I can't hold it in. I have to
Mhm.
like let it out because if not, it was like if I don't get it out, if I don't address the situation, then it's going to like eat away at me, and then I might just end up having like this big old blow up and explosion. And I'm trying not to do that, especially not at work.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so and that says sometimes Tana keeps me grounded because she's like my vent person. When when I'm going through something, I go right to her, be like, girl.
Mm-hmm. And see, and
So,
it's
but
good
you
to be
know
able to
what?
have that person that you can go ahead and open up with and really let it all out. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Because what I mean, like you say, it's like, we get used to, you said having that default, you know what I mean? And like, and then like me, if somebody, like when I'm asked, like, how I'm doing, you know what I mean? A lot of times, it'd be like that fake it till you make it. Like, I try to be like, hey, I'm fabulous, blessed by the best, you know what I mean? Whatever, all those different things that we say, you know what I'm
right,
saying? And stuff, because, you don't want it to seem like, you don't want to feel like you're not doing well.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no,
right.
like fantastic. Oh, I'm amazing. You know what I mean?
I'm
I'm great.
amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
But it's
yes,
like, you're just trying to put that energy out. You know what I'm saying? For
right.
real, that's the energy that you really be wanting to give, even though you're not really feeling that way.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. And it poses that question like who taught you like directly or indirectly that you had to be strong or you had to always like keep it together, you
Yeah.
know, and I think it's especially when it comes to like women in particular, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like we get taught that saying like I'm fine, like as a
Mhm.
shield,
Mhm.
like the fear of being judged or not, like you said, not wanting to burden others, you know,
Mhm.
or avoiding like being vulnerable. I think that's probably like my biggest one. Like I get afraid to be vulnerable. I get
Mhm.
afraid to be vulnerable and just let it all out, even though I'm feeling it, that I need to get it off my chest. Like I
Mhm.
need to talk about it. But, sometimes like everybody can't like handle it, you know?
Right.
So
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, if you're pouring out, but they don't have the capacity to receive it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like your words falling on deaf ears. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And so,
yeah,
but but you say like, women, I think men go through it a lot too. You know what I
they
mean?
do. They
You know what I
do.
mean? Like
Yeah.
that, just trying to, what's that, what they call it? Like, trying to, you're just putting on a face.
That
You know what I'm saying?
masculinity, like, yeah, like I'm good,
Mm-hmm.
like how they actually like a lot of men are like taught as young boys, like not to like show weakness, like
Don't
not to
let
get
them see you
upset, not to
cry.
cry. Don't let nobody see you cry. I'm like, what?
Uh-huh.
Child.
Yeah.
Th- This
Yeah.
generation has definitely changed a lot because I know a lot of little boys, they don't have no problem crying. And I'm like,
For
but that's good.
real.
That's good for you though, to get them tears
Yeah.
out. I'm like, so whoever your network, whoever your community is, they are encourage you to share your emotions and not like suppress it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because that's when they grow up and they just angry black men. It's like, why are you so angry? You know what I'm saying? Because they were taught to
Yeah.
like, oh, be strong and not let out them emotions. While they were young. So I definitely agree with that. And and a lot of it, I think, is like cultural stuff too,
Mm-hmm.
like like with the genders and stuff, like you said, we talk about how like boys were taught to like be strong or something like that, and like women, especially like in black and brown communities, like we're taught to be strong and stand okay, suck it up,
Yeah.
don't show your weakness, don't be vulnerable, you know
Mm-hmm.
so um
Yeah. And it's like I get it, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you wanna I don't know, it's like you want to be fine. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why it's like you go ahead and be like, no, like I'm okay. You know what I mean? Even though, your foot hurting, your hip hurting, you got a headache, you know what I mean, your stomach hurting a little bit. You know what I mean? But it'd be like, oh, I'm okay. You
Ah,
know what I'm saying? But like you say, it'd be somebody that, it takes somebody that can see through all of that. You know what I'm saying? To
exactly,
be like, nah, like,
exactly.
baby, like, nah, like, you're not all right. You know what I mean?
You're
Here,
not,
drink this water. You need to sit down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because, and people that don't see that, they let you keep on. You saying you all right. They'd be like, well,
yeah,
shoot,
yeah,
okay,
okay,
can you do that for
okay.
me? Can
You're
you get
right.
me one of those? Like,
Exactly.
and you be like,
Exactly.
damn, I'm like almost bent over, trying my best to stand up straight over here.
That part.
Like,
That
I
part.
think it's
Exactly.
also because like we're mostly the caregivers. So
Yes.
we're always
exactly.
caring about everybody else, and we feel as though if we have something wrong with us, that we can't take care of the people around us. So we just tell them they're fine. They're not our caregiver. We're usually the caregivers. We're the strong ones. We're like pretty much like the backbone. So if something's wrong with us, then we feel like it's going to crumble. Everything around us is going to crumble. So we're just, fine. Everything's fine with that smile on our face.
Yep. Girl, you ain't never lied, child.
Exactly.
But y'all know what? Man. You know what? Most of the time, people don't care.
Right.
And I think that's why we resort to I'm fine. Because when you say you're not fine and you go into detail, it goes in one ear and go out the next. They don't help you. They don't support you. And I'm not saying this is everyone, but you have that small circle of people that don't support it and can't help you get past it. So it's easier for you to say, I'm fine. So in my opinion, you need to get a new circle. Because
exactly.
If I come to one of you girls and say, I'm not fine, this is what's going on, I expect you guys to say, all right, Sylvia, let's see what we can do to fix it, or here's some solutions. And not
so how can I help?
all about me. And that's what this generation is. Me. They don't care. They don't give a rat's butt about nothing but themselves. If it's not pertaining to them, they don't want to hear it.
Right.
So, and I think that's a lot of times it's just easier to say I'm fine.
It is. It is.
And you have to grow and you have to learn to say I'm not fine. It took me years to do that.
Girl. Oh my God. Yes. Let's talk about it. Like, like I would like in the past, and like especially in the past lives, and I've talked about like my growth and just be able to like speak my mind and be more vocal. Like I felt like I suppressed a lot of feelings and emotions. Like you said, like it took a long time, but like it took me a long time. Like I'm like so proud of where I am now that now when something's going on, I have to speak on it. Like I can't like hold it in, right? And it says like what actually happens to your body, like when you're carrying on this stress and stuff, right? It's definitely like doing something to your body when you're carrying stuff on, like the anxiety and stuff. I know, like if I'm going through something and I don't talk about it or I don't share it, then I'm like going through like this bout of like anxiety or something, right? And it takes like a physical toll on your body when you're stressed. When you're stressed
and on your mind, it takes on your body and make you think you are insane in the membrane. I promise you.
Yeah. So, that mental is a big factor too. That mental is a big factor. It's a big factor. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you feeling all overwhelmed and stuff, because you're not letting things out. You're not saying what you need to say. And it's like it just be like all just sitting on you, weighing you down.
It festers and it creates such a different person than who you are. It takes you outside your character. You have to release it. I have learned in my mature age.
I
have learned
to
let it go, to release it. And then I have my conversations with God all the time. I'm like, God, you see this happening. I need you to tell me what to do. Order my steps. Show me the path. Because I need you. Because these people here on earth with me are not doing it. So I need you to do it for me.
Yeah.
And I stopped saying I'm fine a long time ago. If I'm good, I'll be like, I'm blessed. But if I'm not, I'm like, today it's not a good day. But I had my conversation with God and God is going to fix it because the devil is a liar.
Girl,
we working it out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, like it's amazing. Like how like we kind of condition ourselves to like be strong and like say, okay, I'm okay, until something whoosh, right? And I was like, in this situation like this is when you really need to like be checking on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, check on people.
Yes.
Because if somebody keeps saying they're fine all the time and them smiles, sometimes you gotta be able to read behind them smiles. Okay. Because I know somebody get caught up in that. Like I'm always smiling, I'm always laughing, and it's like just because I'm smiling and laughing don't mean I'm okay.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of times they're hiding something.
Right.
But you can tell, Tamika, because it doesn't reach their eyes. If you're happy it shines through your eyes. If
Right.
your eyes
Right.
are sad, something is going on.
Right.
Yeah.
People overlook that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They just see that plastic smile on your face. Oh,
Yeah.
she good. No, she not. Look at them eyes. She
Look at
is
them eyes.
sad. Something is
Right.
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like you said, like I know one of my friends, she used to say like that. She was like, Janae, she said, I just don't even feel like I'm smiling anymore. She said, I'm just showing teeth.
Mm.
I'm just, what I mean,
Mm,
just showing teeth, what I'm saying, because people need to see that, what I'm saying, what I
Yes.
mean, but deep
Yes.
down inside, it's like she's like just not okay. What I
Yeah.
mean? But it's like you're trying to save face, you're just trying to put on a show or trying to put on a mask, what I mean,
mhm.
because it's more palpable for everyone else that you're encountering, what I'm saying, because you still have to go to work, you still gotta go to school, you
Yeah.
still have to, interact,
Mm-hmm.
but she
Mm-hmm.
was
Yep.
like, yeah, like it's like I'm just showing teeth at this point. You just get used to
Just
being like,
showing teeth.
ah,
Yes.
I'm okay, I'm
I'm
fine.
okay. I'm okay. I'm
you
okay.
know.
Yep. Thank you
Charles
for.
made the comment. He said people say they fine because they feel that if you speak out, they'll be judged. And
Right.
people are the first ones to judge you.
Right.
And
Uh-huh.
a lot of people have the tendency to make others happy. Don't make others happy, make you happy. Put
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
yourself before everyone else. If they judge you, let them judge you. They judge
Mm.
Jesus. Remember that.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. That yes. Thank you for coming
hmm
in, Caroline. Yes, right. The eyes definitely do not lie. The eyes
Right.
definitely do not lie. Yeah, yeah. That's why I said something like a little bit ago about like how just by my husband, like he knows, like the same way I know his body, I know his signals. Like when he's like, okay, I'm fine, right? I'll say, no, you're not. No, you're not. Like I can look at you and tell, like I've known you long enough to know when you're not fine and when you're not okay. So
And
stop
you can
telling
feel
me
it
that.
too.
Stop
Can't you
telling me
feel it?
that you're okay because you're not okay. Okay? Like you might can fool somebody, but you can't fool
Mhm.
me. The same way I
Right.
can't fool him. It's like he instantly knows like my body signal, my language, and it's like he'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, "What's wrong?" I
Mhm.
can be like, "I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right." No, you're not. What is going on? Like he'll keep saying it. Like, what is going on? I know you're not okay. I'm gonna keep asking you until you tell me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, all right, all right. I can't hold it in anymore. Let me go ahead and just tell you how I'm feeling. But yeah, but it definitely like has an impact like on your relationships and stuff, like especially with your friends and partners when you are not telling how you feel, when you're trying to mask it, and you're trying to figure it out on all on your own, and then the people on the outside look like, well, what's going on with you?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know we talk a lot about like friendships and stuff like that, and like I had this one person that was in my life that I thought we was really cool. I knew that they kind of had their struggles, so I tried to like really be that friend for them that they can talk to. If they needed something, always try to be that friend that would like show up. But it started becoming one of those things that they were always saying, "I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay," um, but their actions were like saying something different. So,
Mm-hmm.
I had found myself saying, okay, I'm just going to fall back because me, like being there for you, is like probably masking, putting a band aid of what you're actually going through, but you're going through
Mm-hmm.
something deeper and internal that I can't help you with. And if you keep saying that you're okay, okay, and not reaching out for the help or not, I'm asking, for that extra advice or that guidance that you might need to help you with your struggles. It's like it kind of put me like at a standstill because I'm like, all right, like I can see something's going on with you. And then they ended up like admitting, but probably like months later, that they were like really suffering from depression.
Wow.
Right. They
Yeah.
was really suffering from depression, that to the point that they had to get like medication to help control it. So I was
Mm.
like, wow, wow, wow. I was like,
Yeah.
so I started putting things in perspective, like, okay, this is like all making sense to me now. Just the mood swings, the up and down, the saying you're okay, and you're laughing, you're giggling, and next like you're down, you're not answering phone calls, you know. You're always looking like you're sad. So yeah, it definitely can like have an impact like on relationships and
Yeah.
stuff, like friendships. But it's just like when you are in sync with somebody and you know them, then it makes it like easier to like read through the bull, like you said.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
look through the
But yeah,
eyes.
it's like, sometimes, it seemed like maybe like, like that they didn't want to like burden you with their problems or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it's like I'm glad that she was able to go and, what I mean, and actually let somebody else know like that she's not okay. You know what I mean? So she could get the help that she needed.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
know?
Yeah. 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 Because it's like, how do saying I'm fine actually protect you, like, or does it like limit you? You know,
Yeah.
that's like the question. Like, is it protecting you by saying you're fine?
I
I
guess
think it
in
hinders you.
some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? I guess it kind of depends on the situation, though. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and who you talking to. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like you're trying to protect yourself, like you said, from somebody that may not care about it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Then it's like you don't want to, share too much. You don't want to, what I mean? Especially if they're gonna look at you like, oh, here she go again. You know what I mean? Or here she go complaining again. There's always something wrong with her. She ain't never, what I'm saying? She ain't never got her stuff together. You know what I mean? So, what I mean, you're just gonna be like, look, I'm fine, I'm good, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? But I think that, is you should definitely it's like doing that self assessment, you know what I mean? And it's like, and if you're not okay, being okay with saying I'm not okay,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I think it's empowering,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know, like a lot of people that know me know that we had like a lot going on this year. We did. It
Mhm.
was like one thing after another. Very stressful, very impactful. And what I can like really say is that like Sylvia, like while you're on here, I just want to like just tell you like how much like I really appreciate like the phone calls and just like checking in, you know, because you knew what we were going through, even though I wasn't saying
Yes,
it or I
ma'am.
wasn't sharing it. It
Yeah.
was like she knew it was. It's like she felt my spirit or my energy, and it
Yes.
was like she was calling, like I'm
That's
checking on you.
so
Like I
good.
was
Yeah.
like wow, like you don't even understand like what that meant to me and how that
Mhm.
felt just to know that somebody cared because it was so much
Yeah.
going on. We had a lot going on during that time, and it was
I
like
just knew, Tamika, the devil was riding you. And I told you that.
Mhm.
It was one incident, then another, then another, then another. And I know you
Yeah.
had to put on that warrior armor and stand
Mhm.
tall because once he sees a crack in your armor, he will take you down. You
yeah.
already
Mhm.
know I done been through my trials and tribulations, but my
Mhm.
God, your God, our God, uplift and
Yeah.
elevate it. So I just wanted to be a small hope for you during that time frame.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's a
I definitely
blessing.
appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it because it was
Mhm.
definitely get me through just to hear that calm, caring voice to say I'm here for you. You know, the devil's busy, but God got you, and
Yeah.
and you don't even understand. Like I kept replaying those words in my mind, like God got me. I was like, he's not gonna
Oh,
put more on you than you can bear. You know.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, it was that I was like, man, I was like, if I can get through that, when we went through this, I was like, I can survive.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
What?
Mhm.
What?
Right. It's wonderful to be there for people like that, you know what I mean? And being like that, like that voice that they didn't even know that they needed.
Right,
Mhm.
right. Yeah, yeah. Because you like you have to, and you always feel like you have to be strong, like all the time. You have to be strong, and to bring back to what Tana was saying about like, especially us being like the caregivers, we're being the backbone. We're the strong ones. Like we're the ones that are not supposed to break. Like we're not supposed to show any weakness. We're not supposed to crack. Right. So it's like when you feel like that, you do have those moments. It's like you letting everybody down because it's like you the strong one, right? You gotta hold and
Mhm.
lift everybody else up when they having their moments or they're down or their health is failing and stuff. Like you gotta be the one to keep it going.
Mhm.
And me like being like a caregiver is like I don't get to really share with people that's like going through the same thing, because everybody's going through my situation. But it's like, but you don't know what is going on behind the scenes. You don't know the times that, I pray, and and I say, God, make it better, make it okay, make it all right. These are things that I don't even like show my husband when he's going through his situation. It's like I have to be strong. Like I have to like BK, like I can't have us both down and out. I can't have us both, feeling the woe is me's. I'll be like, okay, you got this, you got this. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're gonna be okay. I'm trying to be the cheerleader and cheer him on, and deep down inside, I'm like, God, I'm scared. I'm scared because I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to pull through this. I don't know if he's going to be okay. But I can't show it, because I feel like if I show the weakness, if I show the crack, it's not going to help him.
It's
I don't
definitely
feel like he's
not.
going to be strong enough to fight on and keep going through. If I show that it's impacting me. So that's a lot of like what I struggle with too. Like, okay, I have to be strong. I have to say I'm fine, just to keep him uplifted.
Yeah.
So
Rely on your family, your friends.
right, and that's when people close to me come in to play. It's like,
right.
like what I'm going through. I got to put on that air and that front for my husband. I do. But people around me that know me, that's when I need you to be like, okay, what's going on? How you feeling? Like, what's pull my coattail, be like, I know you ain't okay. This just happened or whatever.
Yeah.
This
I
is when
just
it
want
really.
to I want to let Charles know. Charles, you are strong, you are mighty. God is saving you and touching you for a purpose.
Yeah.
When I met you and Tamika, which is one of the best feelings ever. You guys are amazing. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
And I'm just thankful and grateful that God brought y'all to me. They came through Virginia. We had breakfast and we had the best time. Charles is my hype man, y'all, when I go live. He I always be singing drop the link because we do a live and it's short support and we support others. And Charles is always in the background. I don't hear him, but Tamika tell me all the time, your hype man singing with you.
Yes,
So he's saving you for a reason, Charles. And you just keep rising up and keep remembering God is touching on you. And I do pray for you. I pray for you because you are a survivor just like I am. And I've been through the struggle, so I understand completely. People who have not been through our journey do not understand it. Our caretakers and the people closest to us, they get it, they understand it because they walk with us. Right. But a lot of people on the outside, they don't get it. They don't understand the struggle. They don't understand how hard it is for you to get up and be alive each and every day. So you keep your positivity because that's going to save you and keep you here for the next 20, 25 years. And I'll be right here with y'all. We still all going to be friends.
Yes, love that, love that. Yeah. So Silver, do you want to tell a little bit about like your journey and how that felt for you? Like, because I know I'm pretty sure you had those I'm fine moments and when you weren't fine.
Yeah, I did because my child I got diagnosed with breast cancer in 2017. My child was 12. No, I'm sorry. My child was 2017. Hold on. Let me count, y'all. Yeah, my child was 12. My child was 12. So she was going through a whole lot of emotions. So I had to put my emotions basically on the back burner because she hollering and screaming, my mommy is going to die.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, because, we all as I guess a race to an ethnicity, we all think cancer is death. It is not. It is not. And I had to go through that journey to realize, because that's the first thing I said when I was diagnosed. I'm going to die. That was the first thing that came through my mind. Child. So I had to have a talk, a hard, long talk with God. And I was angry. Do you hear me? I was mad because I'm like, I do everything you tell me to do. I help people. I touch on people. I'm generous. Why are
Mm-hmm.
you putting me through this?
Oh
Right.
It
wow.
was a big time learning thing for me to
Mm.
realize God put me to this battle to make me stronger, to make
Mm-hmm.
me wiser, to
Mm-hmm.
minister to others, to touch on others. He saved me for a purpose.
Mm.
This is my 8 years cancer free
Yes,
because he
yes,
touched
yes.
down and he was like,
Mm.
it is
Yes.
not time for you to go, my child. I got
Yeah.
bigger and better plans for you. So it was hard. It was a struggle. A lot of times, especially after I lost my hair, y'all, I cried and I cried and I hated myself and I had self doubt. And everybody be like, "How you doing?" And back then, I used to say, "I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good." I wasn't fine. I was devastated. I was heartbroken,
Mm.
and
Mm.
Mm.
I didn't want to share that with Curtis because Curtis, I could see in his eyes, he was sad. He was
Mm.
heartbroken. He
Mm.
was struggling with it.
Mm.
He never broke that face.
See?
He told
Mm-hmm.
one of my coworkers, he don't know how he's coping with this. But I
Right.
never heard him say anything said, bad, whatever. He just kept saying, "You got this, we're gonna beat this, it's gonna be good." But
Mm-hmm.
he struggled. Just like you,
Yeah.
Tamika, he
Yeah.
struggled, but he
Yeah.
wanted to keep that face so I can
Yeah.
keep my face.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. 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 Yes.
But after a
Mm.
while, I got tired. I got
Mm.
tired of just saying I'm fine. And I was like, no, I'm not fine. I'm hurting.
Yeah.
I don't feel
Yeah.
good. I feel like I'm about to pass out. I don't feel good.
Mm.
Right.
And all of them people where I was being real and transparent, they asked me how I was doing. My real
Mm.
core checked on me. My
See?
real core checked on me day in, day out. I know you're not feeling good or whatever, but just remember God got you. He saved you. He brought you this far. And that little bit, just like what you said with me helping you through your little journeys. And I said little because you beat them, you slayed
Yeah.
them,
Amen.
and you made it through. So it
Yes.
was little. We're not giving
Yes.
the devil nothing bigger than what he can.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that because you
Okay.
did not win, devil. Period. You did not win.
Period. Period.
Period.
Like
So,
you
but
tried.
yeah,
You tried.
yeah. So I started saying when I want good, and it was like a 3, 4 year battle after having the surgery. I had a lumpectomy after having a port put in,
Mm.
radiation, chemo, the
Mm.
port removed, steadily
Mm.
going to the doctor, blood work, this and that. After like 3 years, I stopped saying I was fine. I'm hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have muscle spasms. Anytime
Yeah.
somebody asks me how I'm doing, I can't sleep at night
Yeah.
Mm.
because it
Yeah.
was festering in my soul
Yeah.
and it just was pulling me down in the dumps. And I felt like I was in the pits of hell a lot of times.
Mm.
And
Mm-mm.
I'm just being transparent and honest here. So
Right.
after
Yeah.
I start releasing that, ladies, I feel
Yeah.
so much better.
Okay.
And I can hear God in my ear. I've been waiting on you to release this. You need
Mm.
to relax. You need to let go, let God, and let people help you who are willing. Let me
Absolutely.
repeat
Right.
that. Willing to
Right.
help you.
Willing. Yes.
Everybody
Mhm.
don't want to take on your burdens.
They don't.
Everybody don't want to trouble their
Mhm.
stuff with what you doing and what you got going on in your life. If I
Yeah.
ask you how you doing and you tell me, my first motive is get her on track, get him on track. Give give them some things they can do to feel better. Just
Right.
pray for them, uplift them.
Right. Yeah.
But people don't do that no more.
Mhm.
Child. Child. It's rare. It's
I'm
rare
like,
that
we
people
need to
care.
re-implement that. Let's re-implement that. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So y'all out there watching, like, let's re-implement that because prayer works.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like I said, and
Yes.
we need it. You know what I mean? It's like we need all the support that we can get out here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, need to be
Absolutely.
And
loving up on each other.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's free
Yeah.
Yeah.
99. Anybody
Like you
who's
said, free
watching or
99.
listening, free 99 to put a prayer
Okay.
up for someone. A prayer could
Yeah.
take 1 minute. God
That
Mhm.
hears
part.
all. He's always listening. And I say it all the time for people who come to my lives or whatever. I'm a precious child of God. I'm one of God's favorites
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
He always touching down on me and saving me. 2 years
Yeah.
ago, I was in a horrific accident. Shouldn't have
Mm,
walked away from it, but my God, touchdown, blocked it. Just walked away with 4 broken ribs and a concussion, and that was it. But my car was crushed. I shouldn't have
Mhm.
walked away from that, but God reached down, put that bubble of love around me, and saved me.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I saw that card too. I
I
was like,
already
oh
know.
my God. Woo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Child. Yeah. Yeah.
And when I seen that car, I boo-hooed like a baby because I didn't realize it was so much going on. They was putting us in, me and my daughter, in the ambulance and everything.
Mhm.
When we went to get my stuff out the car, I couldn't even move. I just like sat on a curb and cried my little eyes out because we
Mhm.
shouldn't have walked away from that.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm, 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 mm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I found myself now waking up every day and saying I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
hmm
I
Yeah.
wake up, I say I'm blessed and highly favored. Because I
Mhm.
say
yeah,
to God, what you have brought me through, what you have brought us through. I was like,
yeah.
Right.
we shouldn't be here. We were
Mhm.
supposed to break. The devil want to see us break, and we didn't break,
Mhm.
and it's because of your favor and your
Mhm.
blessings. So,
Yeah, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like I said, some of the elders I talk to, and we say like, "How you doing?" and they say, "I'm fine." Ain't no point in complaining because nobody's listening anyway.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
wow.
saying?
Right, right,
But
right, right. So it's one of those questions like, so, like, how can we get more comfortable, like, with being vulnerable in our conversations?
right.
You know, because people, like you said, like especially older, like, they don't just complain. I found myself saying that. Like if somebody
Mhm.
asked me something, I was like, "Ain't no sense in complaining because don't nobody want to hear it anyway."
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, so
Mhm.
when do you feel comfortable and vulnerable to say, "Well, I'm not okay. Like this happened or that
Mhm.
happened." And
hmm
Mhm.
it's only probably a few people that I actually feel comfortable to express how I'm actually feeling, that I
Mhm.
feel that I can get vulnerable with. And it took me a while to get to that, but it's like, okay, listen, if I can't talk to you, then you clearly ain't my people. if I can't talk to you about it, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Right.
Sister Real, thanks for coming in.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I
But
and
you
I
know
be
what?
feeling,
Last week I was in the cafeteria at work and I asked one, "Hi, how are you?" They were like, "I'm all right, but no need to complain because
mm-hmm,
it won't make a difference." I said, "You know
mm,
what? You shouldn't
mm-hmm,
say that." I said, "You
right,
should talk to God about it." I said, "He can make
Mhm.
it change."
mm-hmm,
And they just
There.
looked at me like,
Mhm.
and you can't do religion and politics and things like that at work. But I'm just saying,
girl,
this
right,
person I knew was a Christian. So I said,
Mhm.
just have a talk with God about it. I said,
mm-hmm,
Mhm.
I don't complain anymore. I go and let God, and I give Him my burdens. If I got
right,
an
Mhm.
issue, I'm like, God, you already know. I know you already working on it, but I'm just gonna drop it a little bit in your ear so I can get it up closer to you. That's all.
Mhm.
That's
That's
yes.
the
all.
right idea. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like having that power of honest communication and conversation with people, like to say, I'm struggling, and
Yeah.
say it
Mhm.
without shame. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. And we were talking about it earlier, like having those trusted spaces, right? Or those
Yeah.
trusted circles that you can say, I'm fine. Like when
Mhm.
something going on, you can like genuinely express how you're feeling, not hold it in, and be able to be vulnerable,
Mhm.
because it's a safe space, and that, they don't come all the time, like some people do not have that safe space. And that's when like you feel like you're inside your combustion. Then, you hear something tragic about somebody like in their life or trying to end their life. And it's like, oh my God, like I had no idea, like what were they going through. So they didn't have that circle, or they didn't have that outlet to be able to
Mhm.
share or have that personal people that they can be vulnerable with, and then they try to hold it in themselves, and then something tragic happens. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
these are the things
Yeah.
that like make me sad, and as we're having the conversation, I think about the people that are struggling or going through something, and they
Mhm.
don't have that circle.
Yeah.
You know,
And
Mhm.
because sometimes like, too, you might can tell that somebody's not fine, but it's like you don't want to, be like probing, you don't want to be intrusive and what I'm saying, even though you can tell it's like, sometimes you don't really know what to do or how to help them. You know what I'm saying?
But
Even though
you
you
know
can
what you
tell, like,
can do?
you can pray,
Yeah, you
but
can pray, but then
yeah,
also you can say it's okay if you don't want to talk about
Yeah.
it now, but
yeah,
just remember, I'm here if
I'm here
you
for you.
need me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
done this a lot of times, and then
Hmm.
I've
Yeah.
had somebody call me or text me the next day and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm taking you up on your invite." Always invite, but make sure you
Yeah.
be open for that person when they do reach out.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
it. That's very important. Like I too have done that too, to piggyback what you just said, Sylvia. Like if I
Hmm.
see somebody's going through something, sometimes like you said, they don't want to share in that moment, or they don't feel comfortable or
Hmm.
vulnerable enough to share with you. And that's when
Yeah.
Hmm.
we're open to say, okay, if you need to talk, I'm here. I have done that and said that a lot. I'm like, okay, I'm here if
Yeah.
you need me. If you need to talk about it, I'm here. My phone is always open. Like my door is always open.
Right.
And sometimes
Hmm.
people circle back around and say, oh well, I just want to talk, and someone just say, okay, thank you, I appreciate that. Just for me extending that to them,
Hmm.
they say I appreciate it. Just it shows them that I genuinely care about what you could be
Yes,
going
it
through, that you
shows
don't
them
want to share.
somebody care.
Right,
Somebody's
Hmm.
listening.
right,
Somebody care. And you'll be surprised
yeah,
that you might
yeah,
have just changed what they were thinking or what they were intending to do by that
yeah,
Hmm.
small conversation.
yes,
Right.
yes, 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 yes,
Hmm.
yes, yeah, 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 yeah.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. Me and Janae were talking about something like. Did you have like a similar experience with somebody that was in your circle that you knew that was like really struggling and wouldn't like talk about it or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I gotta, yeah. I mean, I could almost everybody I know, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I mean, there's been times where they've been going through things and not wanting to share, you know what I mean? Or there's, I mean, sometimes where, sometimes there's some people where it seems like they're always going through something,
mm,
you know what I'm
mm,
saying? Um,
mm,
you know what I mean? And so, anytime you talk to them, when it's like, hey, how you doing? It's like, oh, I'm surviving. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like they're never okay. You
mm,
know? And so,
mm,
you know what I mean? It's like, it'd be like, how do you help, what I mean, those people like that, what I mean, too, yeah, it's like, what I mean, just trying to be supportive. Um, but yeah, like I was telling you about like my one friend, what I mean, who, like I said, like she's just always just trying to push through. What I mean? It's like, she'd be struggling just with balancing, what I mean, work, children and what I mean, just and still trying to, what I mean, have a life, what I mean, outside of those things, what I mean, just, based on just who she is outside of being, a coworker and a mother and a wife,
mm, mm,
and stuff, what I mean? But, feeling like she's losing her smile, what I mean, losing her
mm,
bubbles, what I'm
mm,
saying, trying to find some joy in the midst of it all, what I mean? But
mm,
anytime it's always like, I'm fine, but it's like, no, girl, like you are not okay. Like, what do you
mm,
need,
mm,
kind of thing. Yeah,
mm,
what I mean? So, it's like, but Sylvia, you was definitely giving some great advice, what I'm saying, with, like say, just letting them know, like, look, like I'm here, what I'm saying.
Right.
But even like, like what I try to do, like I try to like offer, like some us time or something, what I mean, like, hey, like,
mm.
like let's, maybe we can go to lunch or something,
Yeah,
like, let's, what I mean, go to do something just to try to get them away, what I mean, from their situation, what
yeah,
I'm saying, even if it's just for a short period of time.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, or I try to make people laugh. You know what I mean? It'd be
Right.
like,
Yeah.
like let's go and do something fun, or even if it's like, a walk, let's go get a bite to eat. I love to eat. So I'm always like, let's go get a bite to eat. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get a bite to eat. I love to eat, Mika.
Yes, yeah, we know, baby.
So yeah, so that's
Um,
always my thing, what I'm saying? We can go sit
Yes.
down, eat for a minute, what I mean, take your mind off of things, what I'm saying? And,
yeah.
what I mean? And like, and hope that help, what I mean, in some kind of way, bring some type of joy, what I'm
Right.
saying? Even if it's like, just taking it away just for a little bit,
Right. Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
you just try
I
to
agree
shine a
with
little
that
light.
too. I
Yeah.
agree with that because you take them outside of that depression circle and
Right.
show them there is hope, there is light.
Right. Right.
Things can go different. And when they're
Yes.
ready to open up, they will open up because they're going to
Yes.
remember Janae, Phoenix and Janae took me here to make me feel better. They're going to remember that. And that
Yes.
small
Yes.
little token that you
Yep.
did will
Yep.
change some kind of
Mm-hmm.
tension in their
Mm-hmm.
dire situation, because a lot of people feel it's a dire situation, but
Mm-hmm.
it don't have to be dire. You have to look at your situation and you have to say, I need to remove myself from this situation. A lot of times when people are going through, they don't remove themselves from that situation because
Mm-hmm.
it's somebody, probably 9 times out of 10, that's really close to them and they don't want to disappoint. So they
Mm-hmm.
keep themselves in that
Mm-hmm.
negativity just to keep that relationship fresh. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you got to
Yeah.
drop people off. You got to ride this bus and like this your stop, because they
Mm-hmm.
will pull you down.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't
Yeah.
help others if they're trying to pull you in their misery. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying everybody issue is a misery. It could be a full-blown situation, but
Mm-hmm.
you
Hmm.
have to take the steps to change that situation. You got
Yeah.
to look at it from the inside out and say, hey, what can I do to better this or to
Hmm.
change this? Because if you're
Yeah.
not willing to take them steps, nobody else is going to be willing to help you.
Yeah.
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 That's
That's
so
kind of
true.
yeah.
And sometimes when it's like, like when you seeing that a person need more help than you can offer,
Hmm.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, what I mean, it's how letting them know, what I mean, like, look, like you need to see somebody, like you need to seek help,
Right.
you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right.
Like with
Right.
this, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of help out there, but people
Yeah.
are just most of the time too embarrassed to reach out and get the help.
That
Don't
Very
be
true.
embarrassed. Don't be ashamed.
that part.
Right.
You got to take care of you. You
Yep.
got to take
Yeah.
care of your situation.
Hmm.
Charles said he lost a lot of police officer friends that ended their lives, and people didn't pay attention to the signs of deep depression. First of
Yes.
all,
Wow.
anything working with the public,
Child.
nurses,
Child.
police, council workers, judges, anytime you're taking on other people's problems, that's a whole mental shift. That's a
Yep.
whole mental will bring you down. And it
Mm.
ain't got nothing to do with how strong you are.
Yeah.
If you're a compassion person, if you relate to others, it will bring you down. And I
Mm-hmm.
think in those type of jobs, they need to have mandatory deflation where they
Mm.
go and they sit with a counselor at least once every couple of weeks to
Wow.
deflate and
Mm.
release it, because
Mm-hmm.
these workers are out here working for the public and
Yeah.
helping the public,
Yep.
but it's
Mm.
pulling them down.
Yeah.
I have a
Mm.
cousin who is a mental health worker, and she
Mm.
always got everybody doing this, doing that, and all of that stuff festers in her soul.
Mm.
Mm.
And one time she just broke it down, was like, I am struggling because I'm always
Mm.
helping others. I'm like,
Mm.
baby, you need to help you. You need
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
tell all outside of your job and what you're doing, all these friends who depend on you, cut them loose and let them go.
You're
I
right.
said, you
Mm.
have to save you and your mental health and wealth.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
if you're not helping them or giving them something, they're not there for you.
Right.
And she was like,
Mhm.
you know what, sis? That is so true. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad you said that. And it
Mm-hmm.
took my girl almost 2 years to stop being everybody person. You got
Mm.
Mm.
15 people on your back. You're carrying them. Stop carrying this dead weight.
Mm-hmm.
And then as
Mm-hmm.
I
soon
hear
as you
that.
reach out and
Mhm.
say, I'm struggling, I need help, nobody's there for you. It's not
Right.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Not there. So we got
Yeah.
to learn how to cut strings. We do.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. 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 It's funny, like you said, like her being like a mental health professional and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It's like where's her outlet or something, and and I'm pretty sure they probably like I'm fine, and it's like,
Yeah.
and instead of us like saying like I'm fine, let's try to like shift that language into saying
Yeah.
something like I'm managing, okay, or
I'm managing.
or I could use
Yes.
support, instead of that
Mhm.
first default response, I'm fine, and I know like for me, if I say I'm fine, 9 times out of 10 I'm probably not. I'm just telling you that because like I said, I don't want to burden you with it or whatever,
Mm.
and But it all depends too, like the circle who I'm talking to. Like, say
Yeah.
someone I can open up to. That do I feel vulnerable enough with you to say what's going on? And
Yeah.
like you were saying, Sylvia, earlier, like how you've gotten better at not saying I'm fine and speaking your mind.
Yeah.
Like I too like have
Yes.
gotten better at that now. And I call myself, like, I laugh about it. Like I was like, I think I'm being a bugaboo. Like, because I'm always doing something going on. I'm like, no, I ain't like that. I'm always talking about it, or I'm always
Mhm.
like quick on it, like, no, like that. And I was like, I hate to be that person, but I have to for my mental.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like, look, like, no, not tolerating any more BS. No, no, no. You know what I'm saying? Be like, no, no, no. I'm not feeling that. No, we need to change this. Mm-mm. Like, yeah. And because, it's like, because sometimes we be so afraid to speak up or trying to be agreeable, or like you said, the people pleasing stuff and everything. Like, nah, like, gotta be over all of that. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and speak up for yourself and stand up for yourself and be like, no, it's not okay. You know?
I
Child,
cannot wait until
Yeah.
I'm there, ladies, because I'm not there yet. I'm that
you're not
person
there
who
yet.
always, I'm okay, I'm fine. One day.
Um,
I
yeah.
know. I was like, and I know that about Tana. I've been
Mhm.
working with you a couple of years. I know Tana do that. I'm on fire, but I can read your face, because every now and then I might ask you randomly. I'll be like, "You okay?" You like, like your head is nodding, but your face is saying something totally different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
working
Mhm.
on it, working on it.
working on
Okay,
it,
Yeah.
Tandra, we need to
Tanya.
work with you, boo. We need to work with you. I need you to say right here, right now, I'm not okay. Let's do this. It's easy. I'm not
Mhm,
okay.
mhm.
I'm okay today.
You okay today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay. But what I want you to do the next time, say, I'm not okay. And just say why you're not okay. It's okay
Mhm.
for you to say you're not okay. Because guess
Yeah.
what? We're all a human and we all not okay every day. And it's
Mhm,
okay because you
Mhm.
will feel so much better once you
mhm.
say you're not okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's okay to say I'm not okay.
it is.
Even if you
Right.
don't verbally say it, you can
Mhm.
go in your room. You can try it. You can go in your mirror and you can look at yourself and say, I'm not okay. Try it with
Right.
yourself first. But
Yeah.
you
It's like
just
that, doing like that self-assessment, you know what I mean? It's
mhm,
like before you say I'm fine, like just
mhm.
really, asking yourself like how do I actually feel? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like what am I really feeling? You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And like say even if you don't necessarily say it out, you know what I mean? Like you said, so it's like that, like you said, looking in the mirror and like just being real with yourself. It's like it just helps
Yeah.
bring that authenticity inside of you, you
Mhm.
know.
It will make you feel so much better, love. I promise you.
Sounds
Yeah.
And you know
hard.
what?
Sounds hard to do.
It sounds hard.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's like, and I know this
That's why
about
you got to
Tana.
start with yourself. She got
Yeah.
to start with herself. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
start
It's a
with your mirror.
practice.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Do some
Yeah. Just
practice.
it's a
Look, once you start saying it, it's gonna roll off your tongue like butter. I
yeah.
promise you.
Next you know she's gonna be a whole different person, all outspoken and everything.
Yeah. Look, and Tamika gonna come back to me 6 months later. This girl out here just blabbering, just telling the world.
Yes.
He is not good.
Listen,
And I'm
listen.
like,
I'm
that's what
cracking
it
up
Yes.
is.
right now, because we had this conversation. Like I find myself going to Tana and venting about things, because I can't hold it no more. Right? But it's
Yeah.
bothers me. I'm like,
Right?
girl, like, I past that. You know what? I was like, I feel comfortable enough with Tana to be like, something gonna get going on or bother me. I go right to her and be like, girl, let me tell you, right? And she was like, okay. And she had that good listening ear, and she's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
wow, really? Like that. And I'm like, I was like, I know I be getting on your nerves, but always talking about, but girl, listen, I gotta talk to somebody about it.
Yeah.
And I would be so happy when she gets to that point, be like, you know what, MT or Tamika, whatever, girl, let me just talk to you about this. Girl, I'll probably do my happy days. Be like, what? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's gonna be baby steps, but you
yeah,
will get there. I promise you. Start with
Mhm.
your mirror, start with yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Start just sitting, like if you're sitting in your living room, just speak it out loud. I'm not okay. And then
Mhm.
say why you're not okay. And guess who you're talking to? You're talking to God.
Right.
Mhm.
Just talk to God, baby. It's gonna be okay. I promise you. but
Mhm.
release it. Don't let that fester in you. Don't take on that
Mhm.
burden. He don't want you to take on this burden. He don't want you to hold it in and be the having on big girl panties. Let them big girl panties drop, boo. Okay, let them drop.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
something even for you to say out loud, even when you say like I'm not there yet. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like that's a
That's
level of self-awareness,
yep, yep,
you
yep.
know,
yes,
too,
that
Yeah.
you
is really
know.
good. And guess what? We're proud of you for saying you're not there. That you're
Exactly,
recognizing that.
exactly, exactly. Giving you some shine, Sana. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. Because I know. I mean, it's funny because I was where you were, like just always holding it in, just not afraid to talk about it, like not wanting to be vulnerable. But it would just eat away at me. It would eat away at me to the point where when I was alone, that I would like have this like outburst of like tears, and I just had to release it. Like it's like a balloon just growing and growing with air until it finally bursts. I would just
Mhm.
have like these uncontrollable cries or meltdowns because like I can't hold it in anymore. So to avoid me from having to get to those points is like when something's bothering me, I just like talk about it. I just let it out and just get it out the way. Like, I feel like I'm being annoying, because even little small things that you think that you can keep brushing off can
Mhm.
keep adding to more bigger things. Like then you're climbing a step and then it's like out of control, you know, because
Right.
you didn't like snip it when it first started. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it took me a long time to get
Tandra, do
over
you
that
have
point.
someone you live with? Do you
Yeah.
have someone you live with where you
Yeah.
can talk to them? Talk to them. Let
Mhm.
I come home from work, I be mad as I don't know what, because I want to turn into this ghetto fabulous chick at home. I mean, at work, but I can't do it. So I come home, my husband be like, "Oh Lord, here she go." I be like, "Baby, guess what happened? Them suckers was so and so. I'm so mad." And he was like, "You tell me all about it." And I just spilled my heart out. And then
Oh.
he was like, "Well, what you gonna do about it?" I said, "I got it out. I'm good." I said, "I
Mhm.
will address it on another day because today wasn't the day to address it."
Uh-huh.
I said,
Mhm.
"Because I was too angry." And never address something when you're angry. I promise you,
Right.
it's the
Right.
Yeah.
word.
Right.
So, but
Right.
I tell
Mhm.
him all about it, and that's what he does. He come home, he was like, "They done lost their mind." And I'm like, "So what you gonna do about it?" That's what we do. We do to each other. What you gonna do about it? He was like, "Nothing. I just needed to talk to you and release it." And we
Uh-huh.
I
feel
love
so
it.
Uh-huh.
so
Yep.
much better.
I love it.
Listen, that be
Yeah.
Charlie. I talk his head off. Okay. Listen, the things that I can't say at work or anywhere else, he hears it all.
Yeah.
He hears it all. Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
Yes,
that is like my best friend. It's like if I can't
yes,
talk to you the way I want to, then I can't talk to anybody. So yeah,
Right.
I
exactly.
tells it all. Yup. Yes. Get it all out. And he be
Yeah.
and especially if it's something that he know that really pissed me off or got my goat going. He's like, Dad, like
Mhm.
that's jacked up. Like, I'm like, it was, wasn't it? Yep.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes,
how
it
about
was.
that? And so, I know like for me as the artist, because sometimes it's like you feel like you can't necessarily share so much,
Right.
even like verbally, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, finding ways gotta find ways to release it though. Cause like you said, it will just like fester and you know what I mean?
Mhm,
Like I used to go through a lot of like just anxiety and depression and things and stuff, you know what I mean? And we just put up face and just act like I'm okay. And next it's like I developed what's called GERD. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Because
Ooh.
you know what I mean, and like heartburn and a lot of stomach aches and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But finding ways to, help release it, you know what I mean, creatively. Um you know what I mean, in songs or writing or journaling or even like going to the gym, you know what I mean, different things, stuff just to help, what I mean, me to, process my feelings and stuff, you know what I mean? Because it's like, but you have to deal with it. When you just hold it in, you know what I mean, like that stuff, it just causes sickness inside of you. So it's like,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
yeah, like I said, even if you're not like verbally saying like I'm not okay, you know what I mean? It's like it's still having to let it out some kind of way, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think journaling is a really excellent way to, to get it out. Just writing it down, like I said, if there's nobody else to talk to, just talking to yourself, you know what I mean? Talking to, the universe, talking to God, you know what I mean? And but really putting it out there, you know what I mean? And helping yourself process it, helping yourself to unpack it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
in a sense, so
Yeah.
that you're not just holding it in.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely takes a toll on your body. Eats away at
Mhm.
you like you can literally make yourself sick.
Right. I
Literally make
have.
yourself sick.
Yeah.
Yep. Holding on and like you said, like Sylvia said, it definitely will eat you up inside. It definitely will. It definitely will.
Mhm.
Will definitely eat you up inside. So it's like what do thriving look like for you, like personally? Like what does thriving look like? Like how do you think that you can thrive in situations like this?
Hmm. Um, I think like, I know for me, like what I was just saying, um, finding ways to, to relieve, you know, the stress, or, whatever I'm feeling, the discomfort. Um, so that, I can, try to find joy. When I'm thriving, it's like I'm feeling happy, but also, just having to learn that nobody else is responsible for my happiness.
That part.
You know what I'm
That part.
saying?
That part. That part.
Um, yeah, it's like that helps me to thrive, when I'm doing things that I love, doing things that I enjoy. And sometimes it's like I'm just not in the mood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Even for things that I might feel like I like,
yeah.
to do,
Yeah.
or it's like my stomach is hurting too much to where I can't even, like, I'm not able to eat or something,
Mm,
And it's like, having to talk myself, through it.
mm,
Um, so like I'll play, like, healing music and stuff, music that makes me feel good, music that makes me feel uplifted.
mm-hmm,
Or like I said, the journaling,
mm-hmm,
or even like just, like taking a walk, being outside. It's something about sunlight.
mm-hmm.
Something about sunlight that just does something, wonderful, to the spirit. But also, like, the grounding, like going out into nature, I'm
Mm,
saying, um, yeah, or taking a bath. Sometimes it'd be something as simple as that, just taking a shower and just like, letting, everything just like kind of wash away, you know.
child.
Yeah, So,
Yes.
it's like I'm always, like I said, I try to find things, to just, make myself feel uplifted, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I be feeling
Yeah.
like we all out here, I be thinking a lot of folks are just out here winging it. A lot of people is out here struggling. A lot of people out here, struggling on a daily basis, and constantly trying to find ways, to just make themselves, feel better, make themselves feel like they're sane and not going crazy, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
life
So
is
yeah.
hard.
It is. It is. It's like when you're thriving, it's like you have to like be authentic. Like you said, like doing
Mhm.
that self care or like finding connection to something like you were talking about, like with the grounding, being outside, getting
Mhm.
sunlight. Yeah, like I'm big on self care. I'm big on self care. Taking the time I need to do for me. Like you said, give you the small, simple things. Like me, like I'll just go run a bubble bath,
Mhm.
take 15, 30 minutes for myself, just block out the world.
Mhm. So
And I feel good after that. Like you said,
take a
I
deep
don't know,
breath.
it's just the little small things that you could take time for yourself, right? That's some self
Mhm.
care, like especially from like overly stressed and like feeling real spent from a day or like from a week. It's like, okay, I gotta shut out everything, go in with my bubble bath, honey, and just
Mhm.
soak. And I feel like the stress just washes away, right? Like
Yeah.
I feel so much better. I feel so much like like revived. Like, okay, and now I'm
Mhm.
ready to tackle a new day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And being
yeah.
thankful, like that attitude of gratitude, what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because
Yes.
sometimes I do it be like, all right, like whatever I'm going through, it's somebody else that's going through like way worse or
Mm-hmm.
something, or being like, all right, like I'm thankful I still have all my limbs.
Okay, that part.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
thankful that I still got like fresh air to breathe,
Yeah.
like and I get real simple with it. Like I'm thankful I got eyes that I can see. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I have this beautiful voice. I can sing, or you know what I mean? Like I just start being like, oh, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? I'm thankful that my children are healthy, and you know what I mean? Thankful I got a house. You know what I mean? Or I just start like trying to run down those things. You know what I mean? And it's like and all those things make me feel like I'm thriving. Those things make me feel rich. You know what I'm saying? What I mean, it's like and successful and stuff, you know what I mean? And and so it's like I said, like just running down those things that I'm thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that, starts to be like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I am all right. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You know what I mean? And also, you know what I mean, help me to like organize maybe what I might need to do to correct some things. You know what I'm saying? So I can make more sense out of what's going on with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You got to find inner peace.
Yeah.
You got to realize light is at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something, ladies. God show you.
Mm-hmm.
He show you better than
Yeah.
anyone else. When
Yes.
you sit
Mhm.
there complaining or you're going through something, and what you're going through or what you're complaining about is really small
Mm-hmm.
in the
Yeah.
bigger picture of life. And he will show up and he will show you somebody with a battle or a situation 50 times worse than yours to
Right.
make you put that thing on the back burner and throw it behind you. Why am I sitting here complaining about this small stuff? When this person is going through that or when this person is struggling with that, oh, he show you. He was like,
Yes.
Right.
I'm gonna show
Yes.
you better than I can tell you. Because when
Yes.
he's speaking in your ear, a lot of times we don't listen. Let me repeat
Yeah.
that for the
Mhm.
people all the way in the back. When he's
Yeah.
speaking in our ears, we hear it, but we don't listen.
Mhm. Mhm.
So he show
Mm-hmm.
it to you. And
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
have to find that inner peace. You have
Mhm.
to. You have to
Yeah.
realize light is at the end of the tunnel. And that's
Yeah.
one of my
Mhm.
favorite sayings. I don't
Yeah.
care how
Yeah.
dark your moment is, it's
Yeah.
light at
Mhm.
the end of
Yeah.
the tunnel. And you will
Girl.
see
Right.
that light if you push forward. But you
Mm-hmm.
have to push
Mhm.
forward. And
Yeah.
once you see that
Yeah.
light, you
Yeah.
can thrive.
Yeah.
Once you
Mhm.
see that beautiful light way down yonder, you got to work a little
Mhm.
bit to get there. But just like that little train, I think I can, I think I
I
can,
think
I
I
Right.
think I
can.
can.
Yes. Gotta
Yes.
keep going.
Yes.
You got
Yes.
to
Yeah.
get on
Yes.
board and you got to
Yes.
go
Mhm.
towards that light. I'm
Yes.
just saying, you can thrive if you allow yourself to thrive.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
allow you to thrive.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. Like yep,
Yeah.
like you said, practice self care is something that's gonna make you feel good or find a connection to something.
Yep.
Like I know
Mhm.
you were saying something about journaling. Like that's big for me too. Like especially if I'm like going through something, I'll write my thoughts down. I'll write them
Right.
down. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Get it out. What am I? What? Why am I feeling this way? What happened to make me feel this way? And how can I make myself feel better? What do I need to do? What
Mhm.
are the next steps that I need to do to make myself feel better? Like, cause it took me
Right.
like I talked about before, like it took a long time for me to be able to like verbally express myself,
Mhm.
without getting upset or something like that. So I would just write my feelings down and stuff like that. Sometimes that helps. That's helpful.
Yeah.
Write down
Help
what
you
you're going
process
through.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like I feel like meditation really helps you to hear, like you were saying, you know what I mean? Like you said, God is always whispering, you know what I mean? But sometimes we can't hear it because there's so much noise.
Yes.
It's so much noise, you know what I mean? But when you can like meditate and be and tune in, then I feel like it's like you can hear that voice better. You can hear those messages, you know what I mean? You can pay more attention to the signs because God is always putting signs, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's like, the sign be right there, but we looking over here, you know what I mean? And but it's like, when you meditating and, you know what I mean, it helps to like, help you to be more in balance with your own body. You can pay more attention to the messages that, what I mean, it's like you're better able to receive those messages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. 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 That's why my favorite thing is sitting in silence. I will sit in silence. Like if when things
Hmm.
get too loud around me, it's
Yes.
so many different distractions. I feel like I'm being pulled at different directions. Like this is coming at me, this is coming at me. I will go and sit in silence. That's when I need to really shut the world out and
Right.
just sit in silence. And I hear that voice. And like I said, God speak to me. Tell me what should I do, you know, especially when it comes to
Mhm.
like making decisions or something. Like I need to hear that voice because, like you said,
Mhm.
sometimes you got to cut out the noise. You got to cut out the noise,
Mhm.
you know, because
Yeah.
keep going through every day and like, okay, I'm okay, I got it, I got it. Like sometimes I feel like a jester, like I'm doing all this juggling, like literally
Mhm.
juggling everything. Like I got this, I got that, I got that, I got that. And I was like, nope, pause, kind of take a break. I'm not
Mhm.
okay. I know I'm not
Yes.
okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm stressed.
Mhm.
That's my moment to pause. Okay. Yeah. I know my
Yeah.
body would tell me when I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, things are too much. You know, I was
Mhm.
like, I'm feeling me losing my mind, about to flip out on somebody. Let me
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I'm quick to it's like I like, like I pray and then I meditate. You know
Okay.
what I mean? It's like I pray where I'm speaking out, you know what I'm saying? Letting the universe, letting God know, like, look, this is going on. And knowing that, God is already seeing, you
Of
know what I'm saying,
course.
and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's like, but having to still just get it out, speak it out, like say, even from writing it down or, however, you know what I mean? But getting it out, but then tuning in and stopping, being still, tuning in and listening, because now I'm listening for the answer.
That part. That part.
Because it's
Hey,
like I
Alexa,
didn't,
thank
I
you for
didn't put it
coming
out there. I
in.
didn't ask the questions. Now I got to pay attention to the messages.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes. Yeah, like sometimes you have to shut out the noise. Yes, yes. That noise can be very distracting. And like especially if you're hearing so many things are happening, it's like where are you going to get your guidance and your clearance from? You know,
Hmm.
with all the distractions and the loudness. Sometimes you could be hearing the wrong thing. And it's like, oh no, no, no. Like, like
Yeah.
like I always talk about like that little birdie, like the good angel, bad angel. Like
Uh-huh.
the bad angel might be like, don't tell them all. No, go get a
Hmm.
piece of
Go
your
get them a piece of
mind.
your mind.
A piece of your mind, right? So then the other be like, no, no, no.
Hmm.
I
You're
know,
like, Paul.
I know they pissed you off, but you're not okay with it. But
Yes.
you gotta take it their way. That's why I'm
Uh-huh.
so proud of my growth to now just think twice and speak once. Think
Girl.
twice and speak once.
I'll be like, my, how we have grown.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Child.
I'm laughing. I feel tired of laughing because we had this moment like a couple of weeks ago. You keep
Yes.
saying I'm going to talk. I'm going to speak kindness. I'm going to like. I know
Uh-huh.
you keep saying it. She said, "Yeah, you keep saying it enough until you start to believe it." I'm like, "Yeah,
Yes.
yeah." I
Yes.
had to really convince myself, like, "Yep, yep," because the way I was
Mhm.
feeling, child, it
Yes.
was not going to be pretty. I was like,
Right.
"No." That's why I started. Got to shut my mouth. Cause my
Mhm.
delivery ain't gonna be the best. Cause I already know I'm feeling it. I'm not okay. My spirit not settled. So nope.
Mhm. Yeah, look, not today.
Not today.
Not today. Right?
Not today. Nah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But it's one thing that I had to constantly remind myself and say. I was like, if I'm not going to advocate for myself, who is?
Right.
Who
Yes.
is? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So
You are
that
your
that's
biggest
that's a
cheerleader.
lot of what gets me through by saying, if you don't advocate for you, who's going to advocate for you? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
Mhm.
it helps me get through those a lot of not fine moments.
Right.
You know. Yep. So
Yeah.
yeah, and like reshifting it, just saying like, okay, I'm managing it. Like I've been getting the questions like the last couple of weeks, like, how were you? How's it going? I'm like, I'm managing.
Mhm.
That's my mindset. I'm instead of saying I'm fine, I'm like, I'm managing.
Yeah. I usually I tend to sometimes I'll be like, I'm figuring things out, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or things are getting better every day. Or
Yeah.
something, you know what I mean? Be
Right.
like, I'm working it out. You know, me because I'll be like, like like me and God, like we have our conversations and what I mean, we
Okay.
figure this
Mm-hmm.
out, you know what I mean?
You figuring it out.
Like
You figuring it
I
out.
say like me and God gotta understand this. Like, we working through it. We working through it.
That part, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't like, yeah, it's like it's a lot of ways that you could like move from like being survival mode. We talked about that before about are you surviving or are you thriving? Like from moving
Right.
from like that survival mode to like actually start thriving.
Yeah.
And my favorite one is like setting no boundaries. Like them boundaries are so big. Like the boundaries that come and play in so many different aspects of your life. Just like
Mhm.
setting like boundaries, setting them boundaries is
Yeah.
a good way to like actually like start thriving because you're taking
Mhm.
that time that you need for you. You know what you need, what you don't need in your life. You're putting the boundaries in
Mhm.
place. So
Mhm.
them boundaries is like a good way to like start um to feel like that you're thriving and like having like that self love and compassion for yourself. Like give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Giving
Yeah. And being
yourself
honest
grace.
with yourself. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Really being honest with your feelings.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. That I'm fine. I'm okay. It's not gonna fly all the time. It's not gonna fly all
Right.
the time. Like give yourself the grace and compassion to say, I'm not okay. But this is what I need to do to help me feel better. Maybe I need to talk about it to
Mhm.
help me feel better. You know,
Yeah.
giving yourself the compassion you need instead of like saying I gotta be strong all the time. I'll fight through it. I don't
Mhm.
want to share what's going on because it's just want to really really eat you up. Really want to eat you up. You
Yeah.
know.
And sometimes you'd be surprised that, like, the tips, the advice, you know what I mean, that people may give, you know what I mean, that can really be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know like sometimes like you had to like lean in on community, like your circles, like having that circle or that community that you can talk to or that you feel like that is going to be there to like support and uplift and care about your
Yeah.
feelings, care about what you're going through. So like I said, in this
Yeah.
world, a lot of people don't care. They don't care. They're like, I got my own
Mm-mm.
problem. I ain't got time.
Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
got time. I got my own.
Mhm.
And
And
also,
these numbers. Go ahead, Sylvia. Mhm.
I would suggest don't feel bad about reaching outside circle to
Hmm.
distant friends or whatever. If somebody willing to uplift you and motivate you, you go to that source.
Right.
Just
Right.
because your sister is not going to be there to support you doesn't mean your long lost cousin can't help you. If somebody is willing to uplift you, bless you, and support you, you go there. And
Yeah.
a lot of
Exactly.
times, your outside circle is better than your inner circle. And I'm sorry, I'm
Mhm.
just stating that.
That part.
That's true. That's
That
true.
part.
Yeah,
That part.
I was going to say, and even like reaching out to them crisis lines because there
Yeah.
is help out there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? What's
Yeah.
that? Like, think the one crisis line, is like 988.
Whoa.
And I know
Okay.
that there's some more, but I just saw 988 recently. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
that's why that's the one that's like fresh on my mind. But it's a
Okay.
Okay.
crisis line number, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, like don't be afraid to reach out, you know what I mean, and get some help, get some assistance. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of services that are just out here, you know what I mean, that I know like that people are not aware of, but it's like, like Google it, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and ask the question, you know what I mean? Be like, where can I go for help? You know what I mean? Like I'm struggling today, you know what I mean? Because yeah, it's a couple of numbers out there, but I know 988 is one of the
988.
numbers I've seen
Okay.
recently. Yes.
So is that like a universal number or is
Yeah.
it just specific to Pennsylvania?
I believe it's universal,
Okay.
as far as I know, but like I
Okay.
said, I just saw the number recently,
Mm-hmm.
988, a crisis
988.
line.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Love that. Love that. Like yeah. Like you said, the crisis line. Like even like seeking therapy. Like even if you don't feel comfortable saying it to like your circle or some outside source, a therapy like they gotta be neutral in every situation.
Right.
They don't know you. You can spill your
Mhm.
guts to them, okay? Like, and
Right. And it's all
that,
confidential.
right? It's all confidential, and there's always that stigma about going to therapy or seeking professional help. But that could be the outlet that you really really need, and like I'm not ashamed to say like especially like me and my husband's situation we kind of talked about before because I feel like my life is an open book about about us both being married before and
Hmm.
you know having struggles and like in our past marriage like and afraid to bring the baggage into like a new marriage.
Yeah.
I had a lot of growth to do because I was so like like emotionally and physically battered and bruised from a
Hmm.
lot of things that happened like in my past like relationship and I found myself bringing it into the I was like no I was like I need to be healed from it As like these things that I've been carrying on for so long has been like really emotional scars, and I haven't been okay for a long time, because of the experiences. So it's like while we're coming into our thing, while we have a new union, we want everything that has held us back, like shackles have hindered us from growing, to be released. So
Mhm.
we went through like the whole like marriage counseling stuff before we even got married. Like it was like we want to get all the demons out the way, to
I
say.
love that.
Get,
Mhm.
get the demons out the way, get them shackles off of us, like release all these
Yeah.
things, these struggles that we've had, So, and I found it very, very helpful. I mean, I got so
Yeah.
much out, and it was like once we both were able to get things out from like our past, it was like it made our union like that much sweeter. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Mhm.
trust me, therapy definitely helped, and for different reasons.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Yeah,
yeah,
Mika. Good topic, good segment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just want to encourage all of our listeners, you know what I mean, to like, to pay attention. You know what I mean? Like I encourage you to pay attention to, those times like for the rest of this week, you know what I'm saying? Every time you say I'm fine, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like just check in, like, okay, like am I really fine? Am I really okay? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You know, yeah, you know what I mean? And and like I said, that's self-awareness because I know that I do it. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Like like I said, I'll be like, oh, I'm fantastic. I'm amazing. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, you know what I mean? But I know, like I'm putting up, in face. Sometimes I do be okay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But sometimes it's like I'm just saying that because that's like, it's like what I really want to believe or the energy that I want to give that person. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
yes,
mean? Because I don't
yes,
want them to, know, you know what I mean? You know what's deeper. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You know what I mean? Like I save that for the people that I feel like really care. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
right.
But yeah, but just paying attention to, them times when you say, I'm fine.
Yes, yes, yep, yep,
Mhm.
yep. That's like the truth telling. Like, are you telling the truth? Are you really telling the truth, right?
Mhm.
Are you really? Are you
Are
really?
you?
Like be true and authentic to yourself. Right? It's okay to
Mhm.
say I'm not okay. You know,
Right.
but you gotta start with yourself. You have to know that you're not okay. Because you could be
Exactly.
you could be trying to convince yourself that you're okay and you're really not okay. Right?
Mhm.
And it's very important. Like I can't reiterate enough about just taking time out for you, taking time out for
Yeah.
you, right? And my favorite, because you kind of touched on a little bit about like celebrating the small wins and practicing gratitude, like finding
Yeah.
something to be thankful for, being grateful for. Like it could be worse, but I got through that. Like I found myself checking all boxes. Like, ooh, that was tough, but I got through that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm
Mhm.
thankful, I'm grateful for that. Like even though it might not have went 100% like I went, I'm grateful that I got through that part. You know, just celebrating like small wins and having like little like little like pieces of gratitude like help me get through too and help me be okay.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like okay, when I say I'm fine, like okay, all right, I'm fine because I got through that. Like I have to like
Yeah.
think about it, do like a checklist, be like yeah, like
Yeah.
I was struggling with that, but then this happened and it was so better. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
those are other tools you can use too
They
to
said I'm
help.
still here,
Right, right. You know
but
what I'm saying? Like just them little small wins can help you
yeah.
too. With
Mhm.
instead of just saying like, oh, I'm fine. Like make sure you're really, really fine. Make sure you're really,
Yeah.
really fine. Make sure you're really, 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 really okay. Right. So this
Mhm.
is our challenge for our listeners. This is our truth telling challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, be truthful with yourself. If you're not fine, it's okay to say that you're not fine. You know,
Mhm.
find joy in something. Find a small win. Because it's
Mhm.
sometimes you think that your situation or something you're going through is bigger than what it actually is. You know, it's always somebody that's going through something probably a little worse and probably use your encouragement because your big thing might not be as big. you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I that's something else, I had to like think of and take in consideration too. Just, okay, it's probably somebody that's going through something much worse than I am. So me being pissed off by a little bit of something on my carpet is not that deep. It might be big to me. But yeah, I was like, somebody else probably going through something much worse, and I've all got my body in a tailspin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Get myself all worked up and stuff. But yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so this our segment was why saying I'm fine is a lie we need to stop telling. We really need to stop telling it. Okay?
Right.
Because you're not helping yourself by saying I'm fine.
That's
Okay.
right.
And this is what we want our listeners to understand, that it's okay to not be okay. Just
Yeah.
try to find your circle, or find that person, or find that connection, or find that moment of
Mm-hmm.
self-care that can help guide you through and help you be okay. Okay. But
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate our listeners. I appreciate you ladies for joining in for this topic today.
Yes, Miss
Yeah.
Tanya and Miss Sylvia, right?
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, and like I said, sometimes the problem is
Thank
with us.
y'all.
No one can really tell we're suffering until we harm ourselves. Yeah, that's what we're talking about this analysis, because it's so often that people are saying they're okay and they're not, and then they harm themselves where it's too late. So
Right.
we're trying to help you with the baby steps to cope, and reach
Mm-hmm.
out for resources, reach out to somebody you trust, somebody you feel you can be vulnerable with, even if you gotta be vulnerable with yourself. Whatever's gonna help you feel
Yeah.
better and help you be okay. But that was our topic for today. I really, really appreciate everyone for being here. For those that tuned in, you could have been anywhere on these YouTube streets and you were a part of this live. And for that, it is all love, all love, all love.
Oh,
So totally appreciate you for being here. And I always say, if you have not done anything for yourself, please do something for you.
you.
Love on you. Love on you. Take care of you. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And with that being said, I want you guys to have an amazing, amazing rest of your week.
Amazing.
And I look forward
Thank
to
you.
talking to you
To
on
the
the
next.
next Sista Talk Sunday.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
Take
Thank you
care.
guys. I
Bye.
appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Silvatana.
Bye-bye.
Nay, appreciate you all. Bye, guys.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
This is TV's Live. From our videos to our live streams,